Are you hanging out at Town Hall 11, struggling to triple those bases, and you need a spam attack strategy that can just overwhelm a Town Hall 11 base? Today, I have that strategy for you. So in the comments below, I want you to let me know if you want to see more Clash of Clans videos. If you do, type on in there, more Clash of Clans. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo and welcome back to the channel where, like I said, we're focusing on spam today, featuring random name out of black and yellow utilizing this witch bat strategy. It's basically a queen walk with not a log launcher, with a wall wrecker going into the base, taking out the core. In this case, it's going to go right on into the center of the base, take out the eagle and the town hall, then following it up with witches behind the king and bats around the outside of the base, making sure that he can take out all that splash damage first. This is an incredible strategy to overwhelm bases because you're using witches to overwhelm as well as those bats. Notice that log launcher coming into the base. You have all the witches behind as well, creating that spam. I love that the log launcher is kind of eating up the giant bombs. The Grand Warden's ability was used to keep all that spam alive, not letting it go down. Poison spell on the clan castle troops. Now notice, the queen's going along one side, the king is going on the other side of the base with a few witches behind, and then you have that log launcher leading the way, or actually that wall wrecker into the center of the base. I'll tell you, I haven't seen a wall wrecker in a while. Usually it's all about the log launcher, but today it's the wall wrecker. I would personally use the log launcher in place of the wall wrecker, but not random name. Notice the bat spells with the bat wave coming into this base. Freeze spells being used on top of the wizard towers. 2 wizard towers together. That is not a good idea if you're trying to defend against bats or any type of spam. There's one more wizard tower up on the top of the base. That's the last one. These bats should be able to push right on through it if they path properly. There's one more freeze spell. There it is, used nicely. Oh no, the bats though. There's only a few bats on top of the wizard tower. Will the wizard tower get taken down? Oh man, it took out that last batch of bats, but lucky for random name, he's got his queen rocking around the outside of the base. He's got a bunch of spam coming through with some witches left over, and he's got the ice golem as well. So tons of tanks as well as tons of spam inside of this attack strategy. But we have more examples because bases look different, attacks look different. So let's go check out another example. And you know, it's random name again. By the way, if you're buying your season pass gems or any packs inside of the game, remember to use code ECHO and support your boy. I really appreciate it if you guys do. Really weird base design right here. Random name out of black and yellow coming in with the same exact strategy. 12 witches, 1 ice golem, 5 healers for the queen walk, 7 bat spells, a rage spell, and 3 freeze spells. Notice you got that baby dragon coming in. The baby dragon is being used to set the funnel for the queen. Whether it works or whether it doesn't, it's not the biggest deal as long as you can go on the fly if you have to change the direction of your queen. But in this case, it looks like that funnel did work out nicely. Queen's dropped in. She's going to take out that cannon, start pathing up towards the western side of the base. Baby dragon did its job. Now, again, we have that wall wrecker. We have the 12 witches. How are they going to go around? Remember, on this attack, the queen's kind of solo. She's on her own. She's doing her thing. You want to try and keep her alive. There is the rage spell for that queen. That's where you want to have, you need to have a rage spell to support a queen walk, at least one. That's actually pretty light, to be honest with you. But when you're going in on these attacks and you need those freeze spells and you need the bat spells, you're very limited with the amount of space you have left. Now, I do like that there are freeze spells to be used, and even if you have to get a queen off of a single target inferno or something like that, you can use a freeze spell also. Queen's gonna right here deal with the enemy defending king and queen and clan castle, dealing with all that. Queen's ability was popped, but she is looking weak right now. Poison spell on the defending queen, which is really good. It does go down. Actually, the queen stood pretty well through it. Her ability was used. Look at this wall wrecker making its way straight through the base. Out of it coming 3 ice golem just for more tanking. Why? So that the skeletons and so those bats can continue around the base when they get dropped in. Speaking of, bats are coming in from down south. They're going to make their way over to the east. Notice there's no more wizard towers anywhere but over on the western side of the base. So these bats can path freely through the east, then make their way over to the west, only needing to use one of the freeze spells. Boom, that's taken down. The other wizard tower is taken down. 2 freeze spells for swagging in this attack. Plenty of time left in it as well. This is what we're talking about spam. You combine the strongest part of an attack, which is a queen charge, behind a ton of spam with both witches and bats, with a bunch of ice golem to tank and a log launcher or a wall wrecker to open up the base. You are looking at a really solid strategy. Not only at Town Hall 11 either, this could be used at other Town Hall levels as well, but you need to be careful once you start getting to Town Hall 13 with those scatter shots. Those are more things that you're gonna have to freeze. Now we have a third example here, and on this base, things go a little bit wrong. I think Random Name got a little cocky on the attack, looking at the base saying, oh, this is a fairly easy base to take down. Things went wrong, yet the attack still went through, so you need to be able to, as an attacker, come through even when things don't go your way. That's really what Clash of Clans is all about. Not about planning and executing the plan, but planning, trying to execute the plan. If things go wrong, then making changes so that the plan can still be worked. Now notice it's going to start out here. This baby dragon is trying to set the funnel for the queen, yet it's not going to do a good enough job. The queen is going to end up going the wrong direction, which is probably knocking Random Name off his feet a little bit and kind of thinking, okay, things didn't start out the way we wanted to. Now let's adjust on the fly. That's what Clash of Clans is about. By the way, have you guys been seeing Space Station Gaming? They are incredible. They're the esports organization which I work with over here in Clash of Clans. Gotta show love and support to those guys over there doing some work, working hard to be some of the best inside of Clash of Clans. Much love to Space Station Gaming. Now we have the king up top with a couple of witches behind and the wall wrecker going into the base. Notice the wall wrecker is going right on into the defending queen. That's why this is going to be going down early. Or actually there's other defense. I mean, it's being targeted by a lot. There's nothing to tank for the log launcher. We do have the Grand Warden's ability being used, which is nice. And what I love about this strategy is with all of those witches, about 8 of them going into the guts of the base, that Electro Dragon is going to do nothing. It's not going to hurt anything because you have so many troops that can actually target air. Now, as you notice, the Electro Dragon did go down, but there's nothing to open up any more wall. The wall wrecker broke down only a few tiers of wall in. Queen can still run herself around the outside of the base, which is nice, but honestly, the rest of the attack is kind of fading out a little bit, but the bats are coming through. You got to remember that you do have bat spells in your back pocket. Utilize the freezes. Don't be cheap with freeze. You need to make sure that you don't let an early on wizard tower take out all your bats. Now we're out of freeze spells. The bats will die, and it's just about right now the queen coming on through, trying to push her way through the back end with a couple of those troops that are able to spam out some stuff like that single target inferno. But there is the wizard tower. Queen should be able to grab the wizard tower and the bomb tower, which could be a pain in the butt for those witches and their skeletons. But yeah, the queen's getting that job done really nicely. So even when things don't go to plan, like there's only a few witches left over, there's a queen walk left over, which is actually kind of a big deal, you could still pull through triples with this attack strategy because the spam will overwhelm the base. You have multiple ways to take it down. Kill squad going in behind the wall wrecker and the king with all that spam behind that, the bat wave along the back side of the base, and of course you have the queen walk, which if you can keep her walking as Random Name did in every single attack here today, you could really still pull in that triple. But you know, I figured I'd bring you one other strategy that's still a witch spam attack, but instead of using bat spells, using lightning spells. Look at this, taking down the multi-inferno towers with the lightning spells and the earthquake spells. So doing this, Tango is able to take down multiple defenses on the base, specifically though those multi-target infernos, which are a pain in the butt for really your entire attack, but mostly those witches and all that spam that you're trying to create. So instead of the bat wave along the backside, Tango is starting out early with, I think he's talking about 10 camp space worth of spells, or 10 spell space, and then going into the base with a jump spell and a poison spell, and that's it. Just hoping that the spam can overwhelm the base. Look at this, the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome ability used very early, and we have a Siege Barrack on this one to get a P.E.K.K.A in front, Wizards behind, and really funnel down one other side of the base. So far, it's looking good, and Clan Castle dealt with nicely. Something I like about witches, out of the many things that I like about witches actually, is you don't have to worry about anything out of the Clan Castle. Because if it's a bunch of balloons, witches can take them down. If it's a dragon or an electro dragon or baby dragons, witches can take them down because the witches can target those air troops that say your hybrid can't. The hogs and the miners, they're going to be pounded by that if you don't take it out with the queen first. So obviously a very different strategy, but this here is one that's just, it's got a little bit more it's a little bit more resilient. It's a little bit less focused on you having to do this, this, and this before you send in your attack as you would with the hybrid. Here, you can kind of just drop your spells, spam everything in, and let it go. Although bat spells on the back of the first 3 attacks that we watched, they're a little bit harder to handle. You have to be a little bit more careful with them. They're dainty, you know? They get hit once with the Wizard Tower, all those spells are gone, and you completely wasted your time. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, again, I want you in the comment section below to write more Clash of Clans, telling me that you want to see more Clash of Clans videos on a regular basis, and I will do exactly that. But it's on you. I'm looking at the comments. I'm gonna throw hearts on those comments if I see them. And I'm gonna see you guys back here in another day or two with another Clash of Clans video. I think I'm actually gonna bring you another video right here out of Black and Yellow, maybe even focusing on some Town Hall 12. So make sure you guys don't miss it. I'll see you guys back then, and be good.